This car was abandoned, rusted, and left to disappear, and if you had seen it back then, you would never believe what it is about to become. Because this isn't just an old wreck, this is a 1969 Dodge Charger, a name that once ruled American streets and drag strips. When we first discovered this Charger, it was sitting in silence, paint burned away by time, metal eaten by rust, parts missing, and hope almost gone. Most people would have called it junk, but real muscle car lovers know that legends don't die easily, they just wait for the right hands to bring them back. The inspection alone revealed years of damage, from the body panels to the frame, and the engine that once roared now sat frozen and lifeless. Every bolt, every panel, every piece had a story, and restoring this Charger meant respecting that history while rebuilding it for a new future. The teardown began, stripping the car down to bare metal, exposing scars that proved just how hard this machine had lived before being abandoned. Rust repair wasn't easy, panel alignment took patience, and countless hours went into making sure this Charger wasn't just repaired, but reborn correctly. As the body slowly came back together, you could already feel the transformation happening, because restoration isn't just about tools and parts, it's about vision. This wasn't going to be a garage queen, this Charger was being built to move, to sound aggressive, and to feel alive again. The engine build marked a turning point, as old worn components were replaced, upgraded, and carefully assembled, bringing modern reliability together with classic muscle attitude. When the engine finally fired up for the first time, the silence that had surrounded this car for decades was replaced with raw American thunder, and in that moment, the Charger stopped being abandoned and started becoming something dangerous again. With the restoration complete, the real test began, because a true muscle car isn't proven by looks alone, it's proven by performance. And this Charger was built to do more than just shine under lights. Every system was dialed in, from suspension to braking, ensuring that this car could handle real power and real speed. The first drive was emotional, not because it was perfect, but because it was alive, responding, pulling hard, and reminding everyone why the Charger name carries so much weight in American car culture. But the story doesn't end on the street, because muscle cars earn respect at the track. At the drag strip, the atmosphere changes, engines roar, tires heat up, and history feels close enough to touch. As this restored Charger rolled into position, no one saw rust or abandonment anymore, they saw a machine ready to prove itself. The lights drop, the throttle hits, the rear tires break loose in a cloud of smoke, and suddenly this once-forgotten car launches forward with pure aggression. Every second down the strip is redemption, every gear change erases years of neglect, and every roar of the engine confirms that this restoration was worth it. This isn't just a before and after story, it's proof that classic cars still matter, that muscle cars still belong on the track, and that legends can always return stronger than before. From being written off as scrap to tearing down the drag strip with authority, this 1969 Dodge Charger represents everything enthusiasts love about classic American muscle. It didn't just come back to life, it came back with purpose, power, and presence, reminding the world that some cars aren't meant to fade away, they're meant to be reborn, raced, and remembered. As the Charger cools down after the run, you can still hear the metal ticking and the crowd talking, because moments like this stay with people, not just as noise and speed, but as proof that the work mattered. This car started as a forgotten shell, written off and ignored, and now it stands here complete, respected, and alive again, carrying every hour, every decision, and every challenge that went into bringing it back. Restoration stories like this aren't about money alone, they're about preservation, passion, and refusing to let history disappear. The value of a fully restored and properly built 1969 Dodge Charger goes far beyond numbers, because while prices can reach six figures, what truly matters is the transformation itself, turning something abandoned into something admired. This Charger now represents what classic car culture is really about in America, rebuilding legends, honoring craftsmanship, and proving that old muscle still has a place in a modern world. And even though this build has reached its finish line, the story never really ends, because every drive, every race, and every reaction adds another chapter. The next time this Charger rolls onto the street or lines up at the track, it won't be remembered as a restoration project, it will be remembered as a machine that earned its return. And this is exactly why these cars continue to be restored, raced, and celebrated, because some legends aren't meant to stay buried, they're meant to rise, roar, and remind us why we fell in love with muscle cars in the first place.